Hi, my name is Jordan Prokopy, and I'm a partner in PwC Canada's Cybersecurity Privacy and Financial Crime Practice. PwC has launched the long-awaited 2021 Digital Trust Insights Survey, where we surveyed over 3,000 business and tech executives as part of understanding what's next in cybersecurity. I'm joined today by Saj Nair, who's our Americas and Canadian leader in cybersecurity and privacy, and he's going to tell us all about the Americas report of the survey. So welcome, Saj, and thanks for being here.
Great to be here, Jordan.
Wonderful. So for the report, what are some of the key takeaways when it comes to the Americas and the global report that you found was consistent between the two?
Yeah, Jordan, so there were two things in specific that stood out for me. The first thing is around resetting of the cyber strategy. Post-COVID, we are seeing organizations accelerate their digital transformation, exploring, entering new markets, and doing things differently in the world that we live in, and doing so with speed. In a world like this, the traditional cyber approaches are not able to keep pace with the amount of change an organization is trying to drive. And therefore, not surprisingly, 96% of the respondents across the world, including America, said that they're looking at resetting their cyber strategy to align with the new reality. The second thing is rethinking the cyber budget process. The bad news is most of the respondents say that this year and next year, they expect their revenues to decline. The good news is that cyber budget for most parts is protected or increasing next year. The bad news again, however, is that most executives don't have confidence in the budgeting process and that the cyber budgets are being spent in the right areas. So the CISOs have to rethink the cyber budget process so that they can demonstrate and provide confidence to the executives that it's being spent on the right risk and business priorities.
Great. So what are some of the key differences that you found between the Americas results and the global results?
There are three things that come to mind. The first one is around, we find that in Americas, we are a bit ahead on quantifying cyber risk and realizing the benefits from that, whether it be for prioritization of risk, whether it be for allocation of spend, or demonstrating how the spend is providing the return to the organization. So quantification of cyber risk is the first area. The second is when it comes to adoption of cloud and IoT, we are seeing Americas again leading a bit ahead. And because of that, Americas had to rethink how they manage cyber programs with IoT and cloud kind of entering the overall landscape. And therefore, they're looking at advanced methods like automation, zero trust models, modern identity and access management methods, and so on. And then the third thing is the competition for talent is ongoing in Americas, and therefore, not surprisingly, we're seeing majority of our respondents look into cyber managed services, whether they're already using it or they plan on looking at it in the coming year.
Fascinating. So what's next? What recommendations do you have for CISOs in the Americas based on the survey?
Yeah, so interestingly, we asked our survey respondents this year what skills they're looking for. The first thing is, the CISOs need to invest in themselves to upskill themselves on the softer side. So what I mean by that is, the executives, what they value most in CISOs is critical thinking, strategic thinking, communication, being able to collaborate with the business. So where the CISOs historically have grown because of their technical expertise, for them to be credible and relevant and continue to grow, the softer side is where they need to invest and grow themselves. The second thing is what we saw in America is more than the rest of the globe is there's an expectation that CISOs are also experience officers, meaning they have to implement and operate a lot of these cyber programs in a way that it reduces friction and actually even enhances the experience for both customers and employees in how they interact digitally. And then lastly, CISOs in Americas have a fantastic opportunity to elevate the conversation beyond cyber to looking at digital trust broadly by bringing in and integrating privacy, safety, reliability, fraud, and working with some of these other risk partners to look at the risk more holistically rather than just focusing on cyber.
So thank you, Saj, for sharing your insights on the 2021 Global Digital Trust Insights Survey. And thank you to our viewers for joining us today. So please take the time to explore those findings and to find out what's next in cybersecurity.